Hey everyone, Duchos Historia here, and welcome to another episode of the History Calendar, the series where we dive into one powerful moment from history that happened exactly on this day. And today, it's a big one. Not just a fun fact or random trivia, this is a full-on game changer, May 13th, 1943. The day the war in North Africa ended, not some skirmish in the sand, but the collapse of an entire Axis front. World War II wasn't only about Europe or the Pacific. One of its key battlegrounds was North Africa, blazing hot deserts where helmets boiled heads, tanks got clogged with sand, and whole armies moved like chess pieces across continents. Back in 1940, Italy thought it was a great idea to invade Egypt from Libya. Spoiler, it wasn't. The British smashed them. Mussolini freaked out and called for help. Berlin picked up, and Germany sent backup. That's when Erwin Rommel showed up, the legendary Desert Fox. Every tank fan knows the name. Rommel was smart, fast, unpredictable. He made chaos look easy. With his Africa Corps, he pushed the British around like they didn't know what hit them. But no plan survives logistics. Rommel's supplies ran dry, and while he was stuck counting fuel drums, the Allies leveled up. From the east came General Bernard Montgomery, tough, stubborn, and always ready with a teacup. From the west came Operation Torch, US and British troops landing in Morocco and Algeria under Dwight D. Eisenhower, the future president of the United States. So by early 1943, the Axis forces in Africa were getting squeezed. Two hammers closing in. Tunisia was their last stand. Rommel, gone, evacuated in March. His army broken and tired. In his place stood General Hans-Jürgen von Arnim, experienced but no legend. The Italians still there? Even they knew this wasn't going to end with victory. Probably not even with dinner. The Allies didn't waste time. Montgomery advanced from Egypt like a bulldozer. Eisenhower's forces pushed in from the west. Tunisia turned into a pressure cooker. Despite different command styles and some egos, the Brits and Americans shared one goal: crush the Axis between them and force a surrender. The Battle of Tunisia was anything but clean. It was hell. Trenches, barbed wire, minefields, bombing raids. Every inch cost blood. The Allies rolled out Sherman tanks, not the best on paper, but they came in waves. Quantity had a quality of its own. And then came May 13th, 1943. Game over. General von Arnim, surrounded and out of options, signed an unconditional surrender. Just like that, the Axis dream in Africa was over. More than 250,000 Axis troops were captured. Germans, Italians, entire units with all their weapons, equipment and tanks. It was like another Stalingrad, but this time the Allies wrote the ending and claimed the win. The Germans would never return to Africa. This entire region became a stepping stone for the next Allied campaign, Sicily. When you've got firm control of Tunisia, the Italian coast is just a boat ride away. And sure enough, a few months later, in the summer of 1943, the Allies launched Operation Husky and opened up a brand new front in Europe. Back in May though, things looked different on the ground. Soldiers who lived through those final days in Tunisia said morale among Axis forces completely collapsed. Men were exhausted, starving, sick, and most of all, they knew the end was coming. No reinforcements, no secret weapons, no miracle from Berlin. And the Italian army? It was falling apart from within. Low motivation, disorganization, even desertions. The once powerful Axis looked more like a crumbling machine. Meanwhile, the Allies felt a massive sense of relief. They weren't partying with champagne, but they knew this was a major victory. After 3 brutal years of desert warfare, harsh terrain, relentless heat, and non-stop fighting, they had finally won. And this win meant more than land. It was proof that American and British forces could fight side by side. Before North Africa, both sides had doubts. The Brits thought the Americans were reckless and inexperienced. The Americans thought the Brits were too slow and stuck on tradition. But here, they figured it out. They fought together, bled together, and they won together. And from that moment on, the war began to turn. Mussolini's grip on Italy started to slip. People back home began to realize that siding with Hitler had been a terrible decision. Even inside Germany, the defeat in Africa was a wake-up call. The quick war that Hitler had promised, that was long gone. What lay ahead was a grinding, painful battle across every front. So the fall of Tunisia wasn't just another dot on a war map. It was the breaking of Axis confidence, the collapse of an entire campaign, and the moment the world saw that the Allies could actually win this war. Thanks for watching all the way through. If you liked the video, drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and feel free to share it. It really helps others who care about history too. Let me know in the comments what you'd like to see next, and if you enjoyed this one. Take care, and I'll catch you in the next video.